Once again, giving all praises and honors to the Most High God, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, whom the world calls Jesus, Yahawashi, and through the Holy Spirit, Rawak Kwadash, Halalata, Barakata, AhLaHaYaM YaHaWaH, Ba'asham, Adonai, Yahawashi, Ba'asham Rakat, Rawak HaKwadash. Double peace, honor, salutation to the Zaquanyam, elders, prophets, preachers, teachers, pastors of old coming back in the reincarnation to teach the hopeful elect, the males 144,000, 12,000 of every tribe, and the 1/3 remnant, so that we can open our eyes to who we are, our power, Yahweh, our birthright, Yashar Allah, and the land of Israel, Jerusalem, and we can follow and try to start following the law, statute, commandments to the best of our ability, and waiting on our power to rescue us, which is Yahawashi, through the angels, or with the angels through the clouds, which are the so-called UFOs, spaceships, and the chariots of the Most High. Brother Sharath coming at you with part 2 of the 12 tribes. The first video was the 12 tribes, what their names mean, and roughly where they are at, and who they consist of, the sons of Yashar Allah. And in this video I will show you specifically from the 12 tribes, the 12,000 of each tribe making up the 144,000, who they are, what they stand for, what they think, and what they're going to do. So starting off with Revelation 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living Allah Yahweh. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the sea and the earth, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Allah Yahweh in their foreheads. Sealed the servants, to cover up, to put a cover over, a protective hedge of the servants of Allah Yahweh in their foreheads. Right here, this means in the mind. The word for foreheads here in the Greek is metapon. Meta meaning in, behind, or with, and upon meaning the head or the forehead, which is literally the frontal lobotomy, your brain, which is where your soul is at. So saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Allah Yahweh in their foreheads. And how, and specifically what are they talking about? They're talking about the laws, statutes, and commandments. Joshua 22:5. But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law, which Moses, the servant of Allah Yahweh, charged you, to love Allah Yahweh your God, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments. Be diligent, take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law, and to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and all your soul. So sealed in the head is sealed in the soul. Your brain is where your soul is at. So that is what it means to be sealed in the head, is to understand who we are, the Hebrew Israelites, son of Yashar Allah, and to understand specifically what we're supposed to do. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments, love Yahweh and each other. And if we do that, we are sealed in our heads. We memorize and recognize the Old, the New Testament, and the Apocrypha as the living word of Yahweh, Yahawashi, and we understand that we need to follow it to the best of our ability, or Yahweh will kill us. On the contrary, if we do, then Yahweh will save us. If you are a Hebrew Israelite, salvation is only for Israel, motherfuck Christians, and to hell with all the so-called red, white, European, so-called Caucasian white people. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed, once again, meaning to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. Revelation chapter 7 verse 4. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Yashar Allah, from the 4 corners of the earth, as I said in my first video, scattered upon mostly North America and North and South Americas, on the west side of the hemisphere of the world. On the tribe of Judah were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were still 12,000. The tribe of Asher were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtalium were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were still 12,000. The tribe of Simeon were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were still 12,000. And the tribe of Issachar were still 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were still 12,000. And of the tribe of Joseph were still 12,000. And of the tribe of Benjamin were still 12,000. And those are the 12,000, the leaders under Yahawashi, who will rule with an iron rod. So there will be Yahweh in the heavens of heavens, the fourth dimension. Then Yahawashi down here in the third dimension on earth in Jerusalem. And then underneath him on all four corners of the earth, but mostly residing in Jerusalem, Israel, will be the 144,000 males, 12,000 as I have read from every tribe that will follow the Lamb wherever he goes and instill and enforce the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. And once again, how are we going to be sealed? What do we know that we are sealed? It's the law itself. It's the whole Old and New Testament and the Apocrypha put together. Understanding it, following it, being wise, and fearing Yahweh, and doing what it says to the letter, to the yod and the tittle, to the T and to the dot. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living waters of Salakia, unto living fountains of waters, and AhLaHaYaHaWaH shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. He's going to lead us and feed us with waters. What is feeding and waters? The milk and the meat of the scripture, understanding what it means wholeheartedly and truthfully with sincere fear of Yahweh, and then doing and acting upon said fear and said understanding and wisdom. Faith without works is dead. You have to understand what's going on in the scripts, especially if you're a hopeful elect 144,000 male, and to be sealed you have to understand that one has to be Proverbs 7:2, keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eye. Eye and the brain and the forehead and the heart are all the same. It is where your spirit soul lives. It is what makes you alive, what makes you think. Keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of my eye. Till we have sealed the servants of our AhLaHaYaHaWaH in their foreheads, in their eyes. Keep the commandments and let it be, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Eye, foreheads, same thing. Moving on to Revelation 14:1, and lo, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. So not only is the law, statute, commandments one of the major things, I think before that in Salakia, before even understanding the law, statute, commandments and trying to follow them to the best of one's ability, the foremost, most important thing of the Old and New Testament is the name of the Father and His Son, Yahweh and Yahawashi. In the Paleo Hebrew, pronounced exactly as I said, Yahweh and Yahawashi. Understanding that those are the true names, and that with those names come power. And if you call on those names in sincerity and you're a Hebrew Israelite, you will have power available to your hands in front of you, and it will be Yahweh Yahawashi themselves, if not some angels they send. But you will gain access to power, and unlimited power, having his Father's name written in their foreheads, in their eyes, in their minds, in their souls. Yahweh Yahawashi written in the Paleo Hebrew, understanding the breakdown of both the names. Yahweh means he exists, and Yahawashi means he saves. So they exist and they save only the Hebrew Israelites, more specifically the 144,000. And I heard a voice from heaven, continuing in Revelation 14, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne. Once again, what's the new song? It's to follow the commandments, but be diligent, but take diligent heed to do the commandments and the law, which Moses the servant of AhLaHaYaHaWaH charged you, to love AhLaHaYaHaWaH, and to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. And once again, and they sang as it were a new song before the throne, the law, statutes, and commandments, and the name of Yahweh Yahawashi, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song except the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. And like we said in Great Millstone, we're only here for the 144,000. The remnant, the men, women, and children, they're also going to make it, but they're a secondary. They're not important as the 144,000. We can have a kingdom without the remnant. We cannot have a kingdom without the 144,000. But we will have a kingdom with the 144,000 and with the remnant. I'm just making a point. The 144,000 are the elect, important men. Not the 1/3. The 1/3 are the citizens. These are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. And I've hit this and many times, and so as the elders at GMS, women and virgins are metaphorical. They mean philosophies and doctrines. And if you want to be literal, it is philosophies that come from the bitch ass mouths of women. So if you follow like Solomon, who was in the reincarnation Yahawashi, the words of women, and eventually you're going to fall away from Yahweh and do whatever they say, which is whatever they say is randomness and satanic. All women are random and satanic. Doesn't matter if they're Hebrew Israelites or not. All women are random and satanic. That's scriptural, and that's the truth. These are they which were not defiled by women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb wherever so he goeth. These are they which follow the Lamb wherever so he goeth. How do you follow the Lamb? Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eyes. From henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of Adonai Yahawashi. So, law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and knowing the names of Yahweh Yahawashi in the Paleo Hebrew and the breakdown of said names, and believing that there's power, literal power in them. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto Allah Yahweh and the Lamb. So just to end off and reiterate, there's 144,000 who have the Father's name and the Father's Son names written in their forehead. That means memorized and understand the wisdom that comes with the names, plus the law, statutes, and commandments that Yahweh Yahawashi has given us. That is the song that we are singing, and as they sung as it were a new song before the throne. No man could learn it but the 144,000 through the Ruach Kodash, which were redeemed from the earth. So what are these men not going to do? Is follow Satan and women and the advice of women, which is going to be, give me the RFID chip, or go get the RFID chip because I'm starving, or we need the RFID chip because our kids need supplies for school, or whatever it is. The woman's going to entice. He's going to follow Satan, Edom, and entice the males of Hebrew Israelites to follow the fucking goat wherever he goes. And the goat is Esau, Edom, i.e. the physical representation of the spiritual demon Satan, Satan, Salakia. And the third angel followed them, Revelations 14:9, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his hand or his forehead. And what is the image? Worship the beast and his image. Image is icon. It is his likeness. Image, figure, likeness. The moral likeness, as in what you think in your head. It could be physically a statue, or a profile, a shadow, or a drawing, or figuratively a representation, resemblance, as in the brain, as in thinking how they think. An image, icon, means, again, more specifically, metaphorically, in the mind, what one thinks. 1 Corinthians 15:49, and as we have borne the image of earthly, that means of the flesh and of doing waywordy shit, not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. The image of the heavenly, and image here is the mind frame, the moral, it says, moral likeness of the renewed men of God. Moral comes from the mind. It is what you think, once again. So we have done and seen and thought like earthly fleshy beings, and we will in the future, the hopefully elect 144,000 males, think and be in the mindset of the heavenly, which is the law, statute, commandments, and Yahweh Yahawashi. So if you're not 100, hopefully like 144,000, you're the complete opposite. You're going to be the average man, average two-third nigga Hebrew Israelite, or average pagan heathen, receiving the mark in his forehead or in his hand, which is a physical mark. Ours is a metaphorical mark in our soul and in our minds via the law, statutes, and commandments, and the love for Yahweh. From henceforth let no man trouble me. Galatians 6:17. For I bear in my body the marks of Adonai Yahawashi. It means in his mind, in his soul, he has the law, statutes, and commandments, and the name of Yahweh. Leviticus 19:28. And this is the opposite of what you two-third niggas and the rest of the world is going to get in the hour of your temptation. You will fail and you will fry with thermonuclear bombs. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. So Leviticus 19:28 is telling us, law, statutes, and commandments, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh. Now, we know that the weapons of our warfare are spiritual and not carnal, so when it says the marks of Adonai Yahushua, it is in our mind, spirit, souls. When they say marks upon you, it means on the actual flesh. So if you take the mark of the beast and you get stuck with an actual sticking prod by the white man, Edom, Esau, or any pagan heathen, you are going to get stuck with a big ass missile called Satan 2 right up your American Edomic ass, and that's righteousness. And if you're a hopeful elect, the opposite will happen. You will destroy these people along with the thermonuclear bombs, and you will laugh at their calamity. So until then, I hope I've edified the hopeful elect, who the hopeful elect are, and what they will do and what they will not do. Follow the law, statute, commandments to the best of their ability, understand Yahweh Yahawashi, and not take the mark of the beast or follow in the image, likeness, and mentality of the so-called red white devil. So until then, shalom.